in for a kiss, and then the bite happens. These are all scents for a vampire. Cue the intro. Hi, I'm Gabi and welcome back to another edition of the Fragrantician. We talk all about fragrances, so if you like my content and feed, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe down below. Hit that notification bell and then you'll receive all my news feed. So today we're talking all about scents that are dark and deep and gothic and all that could be considered for a vampire. So the first fragrance I'm going to talk about is Alien by Mugler, Alien Essence Absolue. This is a deep incense, vanilla, indolic jasmine, full of myrrh, extremely dark, fills a room. I've talked about this many a time. Great lasting power, great projection. It is a lovely bottle. And this is a really lovely fragrance that you probably maybe couldn't wear in the daytime, maybe just reserve it for the evening time, I would say. But yeah, this is a heavy hitter and I do like it. I've been wearing this lately and it's perfect for Halloween. The next scent I'm going to talk about is by Kat Von D, and this is Sinner in this beautiful deep dark gothic bottle that I've talked about. Lovely stopper. Plum is what I get. As usual, I'll put all the notes above me when I talk about my fragrances. So the plum note I get heavily, the cinnamon, the patchouli. Not great lasting power, about 4 hours on my skin, but it's beautiful, it's deep, it's dark, you know, it's gothic. You could wear this as well. This would be a lovely fragrance to wear around Halloween time, but it's perfect for autumn and winter. I do love this fragrance. The fragrance I'm going to talk about actually is by the house of LALIQUE, and this is Amethyst Exquise, or Exquise, as we say. This is a deep purple bottle, which is beautiful. This fragrance my husband does like. I've only worn this a couple of times, but it's very dark in the berries. It's like berries that are cooked and left in a, not that I cook, but berries that are that are cooked and then left, and they're really kind of like almost ripe. There's lots of berries in this. It's not a fragrance that I would say I reach for, because it's not an everyday fragrance. So this is why I'm just reserving it for this time of the year. But I might as well, I might be wearing this on Halloween, because I haven't worn it. It's very befitting for that kind of occasion. If you're out to a party, or parties, they're not really happening nowadays, but you know, if you're keeping it safe, maximum of 6 people. I digress. This is LALIQUE Amethyst Exquise. Beautiful bottle. It's even got a slight lovely pattern on it as well, which is absolutely lovely. Dark berry goodness. The next one we're going to talk about, actually you may not consider it for Halloween, but I am, because it's quite smoky, and that is this little baby here by the House of Diesel. It's Loverdose. I used to wear this a lot. I still do, actually. I wore this about a week or so back. It's heavy on the licorice. Some white florals in there, I think. Vanilla. Slightly... It's got an anise in it as well, but it's very heavy on black licorice. You have to like black licorice to like this. I do love the bottle. This is just a little 30ml. I do have a couple of these bottles actually with body lotions as well. But yeah, this is like really heavy on the licorice. So as I say, you've got to like black licorice. And I've included this because it does have a heaviness to it. It has a darkness to it. Lingers on clothes for days. Quite a heavy hitter on the skin as well. But yeah, that's Loverdose by Diesel. Next fragrance I'm going to talk about is Serge Lutens Baptême du Feu. Now this fragrance is really I probably would say one of the most challenging fragrances in my collection, because it has a note of castoreum in it, which gives it that animalic effect. And as I said in a previous video, it's really strange. It's not for everybody. I mean, baptême de feu means baptism of fire, so it has that strong kind of like darkness to it. Extremely animalic. It's got a note of gingerbread in it as well, which gives it a bit of brightness, but it's really, really a deep fragrance. Not one for the office. You will stand out. Projects a lot as well. But yeah, but this one, if you like those kind of fragrances, almost fecal, like, you know, not fecal, but almost that kind of like grittiness to it, then Serge Lutens Baptême du Feu might be for you. So there we go. Next fragrance, I have a few more. Right, this one here, this is by the House of Calvin Klein, and this is Secret Obsession, which is a lovely fragrance. Very spicy, fresh spicy, bit similar to Versace Crystal Noir, but I prefer this to Crystal Noir. It has a little bit of tuberose in there, but it's blended beautifully, so it's not strong tuberose, but it has nutmeg in there. I really do like it, and this was very, very cheap. I got on Perfume Click, which is a British website here in the UK, I think for only about £22 or £23, 100ml bottle. Lovely sillage scent trail on this as well. I sprayed this once on my hand, I could smell it all day, so it is a strong fragrance, this one. The bottle, it's a bit like a genie in a bottle, you know, you just wish you want to like rub that bottle and make a wish, like we all could nowadays. But yes, this is Calvin Klein, Secret Obsession. Beautiful. The only thing I don't like is the stopper, plastic stopper, like they all are mostly, but yes, it has an almost a little bit of soapy spiciness, but it's but yeah, no, it is lovely and strong, and I do like it. So that is, pop the top back on, Secret Obsession by Calvin Klein. Fragrance I have is by the House of ARMAF, and this is Club de Nuit Intense. This was reviewed by Chantal Tiffany. I remember her saying that it smelled like a church graveyard, and it does. Heavy bottle top. I don't need to spray this. This is a really strong heavy hitter. I did wear this at work one day. Itchy nose, like I always get when I'm sprayed. When I smell, I get really itchy nose. But yes, this has rose, saffron, patchouli, oud. It is a beautiful fragrance, and Paola Bianca, she did review this as well. I think she reviewed this in one of her, was it top 10 fragrances? And it has a rose in it as well, which is lovely. It's not a soft rose, it's a real dark gothic rose, which is lovely. But yes, I do really love this fragrance, Club de Nuit Intense. Next fragrance I have is by the House of Lush, and it's Lust. Beautiful fragrance, strong, heavy hitter projection, or actually all of these fragrances actually do have quite strong projection, apart from, I probably would say, this one. This doesn't have strong projection, probably medium. But yes, this is Lust by Lush. I've had this now for quite a few years, but strong indolic jasmine. I wore this one day, and actually I remember somebody saying to me, oh, I can smell just jasmine. Yeah, it was literally, you could smell just the jasmine in there. It is blended with other notes. I think it's got ylang ylang in it as well, but I do imagine Christopher Lee wearing this scent. This is that vampire rising up out of the coffin. you know, just ready for the kill. And I think this is the fragrance that I think of. I actually did wear this once to a family meal. Boy, did I stink them out. But yes, I didn't care. I wanted to make a present. I wanted to say, hey, I'm here. Don't like it? Well, move over. So yes, I do have a strange affair with my family, but there we go. So yes, so that's by the house of Lush. That is Lust. Beautiful, heavy hitter. Christopher Lee fragrance. Do you remember those not fragrances? Do you remember those films by Hammer House of Horror? I grew up with those fragrances. I love anything like that. And where you have the battle of Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing, and yeah, I really do love those kind of films, and I think this fragrance is very befitting. Fragrance I have, just a couple left. I have by the house of Yves Saint Laurent actually, which is Parisienne à l'extrême. This beautiful bottle, ombre bottle, but this is powdery, but it's a deep rose with violet. And this is a flanker to the original Parisienne, which is more light and airy. This is the deeper, darker sister, and I would say this is really nice to wear around fall, winter time, Halloween time. It is slightly flirty, but it has an edgy, deep darkness to it as well, I would say. But yeah, but that's by the house of Yves Saint Laurent. Parisienne à l'extrême. The one I've talked about is by the house of Montale, and that is AOUD Purple Rose. This is again another scent I would put for a vampire. It has, you know, your saffron, your rose, your oud, your patchouli. You know, rose, patchouli and oud, they all play a lot in my fragrances because I do like those notes, and I think they project really well if they're done really well, as well if they're blended really well. So yes, so Montale, AOUD Purple Rose, heavy hitter, strong sillage, beast mode, beautiful fragrance. Finally, the next fragrance I have is, no, actually, do I have one? Do I have two? No, I just have one left. And this is by the house of Sisley, and this is Soir d'Orient. Now this is classed as an oriental. You can really smell the frankincense in this. If you don't like incense fragrances, you won't like this. Again, it has rose, but it is, I would say, unisex. Edges more towards more the masculine side. But I've worn this for evening outs, and this projects like a beast. Has lovely wafts, lots of comments where people who've said to me, you know, you smell lovely. This is again deep, dark. It has slight animalic note to it, maybe slightly chypre as well. I think it's got galbanum in there. Yeah, it's strong. It's, you know, all of these fragrances are not for the wallflower. They are for the person who, you know, is that strong, edgy, here I am. Yes, I'm weird, I know, but there we go. So yeah, so that's by the house of Sisley, Soir d'Orient. So I think that concludes. So what are your vampy dark gothic fragrances? Do you have any favourites? Share your thoughts. I'd like to know what your fragrances are, so we could kind of like, you know, have a good old chat downstairs. Good old chat down below. So yeah, so don't forget to please, you know, like, comment and subscribe to my channel. You know, thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't. If you don't like it, fair enough, that's fine. So, but if you do like it, give it a big thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video. But for now, don't forget, this is the Fragrantician, and don't just dab it on, slap it on. Ciao!